those memories for his grandchildren and great-grandchildren to see. One day, a storm came, a flood came, and guess what? It wiped out everything. He got affected and he lost his computer. He lost his external drive. And he said something that stuck with me in this story. He said, on the day I didn't lose files. I didn't just lose files that day. I lost my life. Because in today's world, your data is not just information. Your data is life. Okay? Your data is business. Your data is your future. Your data is your family. Okay, so he lost everything. But I want you to imagine this. What if you had all your digital valuables all safe and secure? But not just safe and secure, they are working for you. They are generating income at the same time. Imagine that. Now, if you are not sure why you are here, that's exactly why we are here today. You are not just going to imagine that. We're going to turn that imagination or dream into reality on this call. Guys, welcome to GotBackup webinar. Everyone, let's stick and stay with us and pay attention. Give us your undivided attention for the next 1 hour or probably next 50 minutes or so. And this is something that can change your digital life and affect your financial life. Okay, so take this very seriously. To help us do that and break this down and unveil all of this, we have one of the project African leaders on this call tonight, and she will be taking us through the first session of tonight's presentation. She's a medical doctor, and in fact, an award-winning medical doctor, and also not just making impact in medicine, but also making impact in people's life, transforming people's life on this project. Ladies and gentlemen, she's in the person of Dr. Dorothy Hanson. Please show her some love by, using some of the reaction symbols there, and let's welcome Dr. Hanson to take us through the first session. Dr. Hanson.
Can you hear me, please? Good evening.
Can hear you, yes.
All right. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a pleasure to be here with you tonight. Thank you so much, Mr. Henry Calvin Birch, for starting off tonight's presentation. Mr. Birch will be back again to take us through the second part of this presentation. At that time, I'll tell you more about him. But thank you so much for being here this evening. Tonight is going to be something that is going to immensely change a lot of things in your life. And if you are excited to be here, I would say stick and stay, pay attention to every single word that will be said on this presentation, and be here through it all till the end, because the truth is this gets exciting as we get towards the end of the presentation, and you wouldn't want to miss the great parts that are going to be shared on this. So you're welcome, a pleasant welcome to you. Thank you so much for making time to be here this evening. I'd have said a story about invitations, but some invitations can turn your life around. And this is one of those that is going to turn your life around for good. So you will be seeing a lot of GotBackup on the screen. And I hope to take you to what GotBackup is offering, because like you can clearly see on the screen, it's actually turning dreams into reality. So what are your dreams? Tonight, what have you been dreaming of? And if you've not been dreaming at all, after tonight, I hope you go and dream again. Because nowadays, in the era we find ourselves, in this digital era, people's lives are being turned around because of the internet and what's happening on the the internet and social media and everything that's digital. GotBackup is here to leverage that, because all of us here, I believe, are on a smart device, either a mobile phone, a tablet, or a laptop. And these devices are the ones that are turning lives around. So if it is building your own home or traveling the world or building a secure fund that you can actually fall on in this era where you can't live on just an income stream, this is here to turn your dreams into reality. GotBackup is here to empower individuals, families, businesses to secure two main dreams. Now, it is like your insurance for life. You don't have to wait for the damage before you go and look for the support. Now more than ever, it's a good time to have your life secured in this space. GotBackup is here to offer you something that turns both financial and digital dreams into reality. Like the story Mr. Birch said, data has become something that when you lose, it's not about the data, it's about the legacy that has gone. And organizations, businesses, and you also have some data that you would not want to lose. That's your digital dreams, that's your digital legacy. Then your financial dreams are what is happening in this space called cloud storage, and we'll expose all of this as we go in. But before we get there, let me tell you a bit about the organization behind GotBackup. GotBackup was birthed in 2023 by a 30-year-old organization called Global Virtual Opportunities. GotBackup allows you a cloud service for individuals, organizations, and businesses to secure their digital lives. Nowadays, it's not enough to have a pen drive, an external hard drive, because data has become something that is evolving into a cloud space. GotBackup is one-stop solution. And in addition to that, beyond the service, beyond backing up your data, GotBackup offers you a profitable strategic partnership program unique to GotBackup alone, and we'll get into it as we go on. Global Virtual Opportunities, the organization I spoke about, who built GotBackup, has been in the industry of building softwares, building servers, and helping organizations to back up their data. They started that way back in 1997 in Gatineau, Quebec, in Canada. Currently, they have moved to Texas in USA, and they sit on their fully owned 10,000 square feet data center. GotBackup owns this data center, and once again, they've transitioned like the world has transitioned from data storage on physical devices to cloud storage. Data storage has moved a long way from the diskettes through CD-ROMs, through pen drives, through external hard drives to now cloud. Data and the future of data storage is cloud storage. So GotBackup, Global Virtual Opportunities, birth GotBackup, its cloud storage service. So GotBackup is just about 3 years old. The organization that birthed it is about 30 years old. This is actually the physical location of GotBackup. You can take a screenshot of it in case you think you need to see it for real. In this day where AI is doing a lot of things, there are real human beings and a real physical facility behind it. It's not being done in a corner somewhere. That is the facility of GotBackup. Perhaps you can search this on Google Earth. At some point in time, I'll give you a tour of what happens inside GotBackup's data center. GotBackup has a leadership and a CEO and a COO. Our CEO is called Mr. Joe Therian. His wife, Miss Virginia Antonova, and they have a chief operations officer, Mr. Mike Potvin. These are real human beings, and a whole technical team, people who are into the software development itself, the development of softwares, making softwares workable on devices, everything GotBackup, the Global Virtual Opportunities needs to make GotBackup the service that serves people's needs. The team is there to support it. We had the privilege of hosting our CEO and his wife right here in Ghana last November, and it was such a massive event. We'll show you photos of it in the coming slides. So these are more technical people, and for an organization that intends to be sustainable, have a future, GotBackup has a board of directors backing it. You can see the physical faces, the faces of the board members of GotBackup, and on it you can see a Ghanaian face, Dr. Kweku Oheni Asari. You see, mostly when projects or services, products come, people want to know who are the people behind it. Who are they actually experts in the field? Let me speak about Dr. Kweku Oheni Asari. He is a Ghanaian. He's the only Black African on this board. His areas are into cloud computing, data analytics, machine learning, AI, and teaches in 4 universities across the world, 2 in the UK, 1 South Africa, 1 University of Ghana Business School right here in Ghana. He has the technical expertise, and these are other experts from different walks of life to make this cloud service secure. So if it is something new and you're wondering, is it one of those small things? There are real technical experts behind the service of GotBackup and then the organization itself. So let me play a video of the data center of GotBackup. Perhaps you have not seen a cloud service before. Mostly when you talk about cloud service in this era, most people think data is hanging somewhere in the skies. But then let me give you a tour of what happens in GotBackup's data center. This tour was done by our CEO himself. It's just a few minutes. Just take a look at what happens inside the data center of GotBackup, and then we'll be back to talk about why we are even talking about cloud storage in this era.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I wanna explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm gonna code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have, hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect to security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security, it's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure. So let's come out of the server room for now. And I also want to explain, if, God forbid, a bomb dropped on this building, a hurricane came in, whatever, a flood, which statistically is impossible, but if it did happen, we also back up all of your cloud data to a third-party data center just in case something ever happened to this building. And again, it's never happened, but you just never know, right?
All right. So that's it. That is the data center of GotBackup, the global virtual opportunities, the service we are speaking about this evening. And that was our CEO, Mr. Joe Therian himself, giving us the tour of what happens inside there. I believe you heard everything loud and clear. But why are we even talking about cloud storage in this era? You know, our world is getting more and more digital. We are getting digital and more digitalized. Everything about our lives and our livelihoods is happening on virtual spaces. When we talk about data, this is not internet data. Talking about the photos, the videos, the documents, the music, everything that we are creating today. I'm sure today you took a photo. You sent some text messages. You also downloaded some videos. These are data that we are generating in the world. And social media has made our interactions even more. Everything is happening online now. Every industry is going online now. Healthcare is online, banking is online, schooling is online. Even right now, we are creating data, streaming on this platform. Data is being generated every day at unprecedented rates in our era now. Stats tell us that we generate about 402 million terabytes of data every single day. The data of the world currently, surprisingly, it was just last 2 years that 90% of the data of the world was created. How much more in the coming years? Data has become the new oil of our times. And there's so much demand to store it, because when data is created, it needs to be stored somewhere. So there are boundless opportunities with data storage. So this is where our newest kid on the block for data storage, backup, comes in. And let me show you why GotBackup. But before then, let's do a few stats about the data storage world. I think I may have spoken about this, and you could actually also Google it, and you will see the same figures. And the main drivers, social media and streaming platforms like this. These are where data is generated. And this is just the past 2024. In the next year, it just gets even more. And many of us have become reliant on this device that we use to generate data, the cell phone. Many of us have become addicts to this device, and stats tell us incredible things we do on the devices, and the number of us who are actually addicted to the various things we do on our devices. So perhaps you can help me. How many phones do you have? How many laptops or tablets do you have? Let's see how many of us are actually living on these devices. Because stats tell us, look, over 80% of us use our phones as alarm clocks. If you are one of them, perhaps put a 3 in the chat for me. Let me see if you are one of us, because I use my phone as an alarm clock. How many of us too will do that for number 5? How many of us would have felt uneasy today if you got to work and realized your phone was not with you? You just got to work and realized you didn't take your phone. How will your day be? Over 80% of us would have the worst day ever because this device is not there with us. And we use the phone literally everywhere. It's about the first thing you pick when you wake up in the morning. And it's going to be the last thing you drop tonight before you sleep. We have all become reliant on these devices, because beyond phone calls and messages, we do a lot more on these devices. So we've all become addicted to this cell phone. But they are so delicate, you know. That's why the first thing you do after getting it is you get a case and you get protected, so nothing happens to the outside of your phone. But what about the things you are putting inside the phone? Because nowadays, the phones don't come with a memory card slot anymore. I mean, everything you are generating is more than what you can store on your phone. That's where cloud storage comes in. So it's not enough to have a high-tech phone without a backup. GotBackup leverages 2 trends happening in our world now with everything I've said so far. The very first one, and I'm sure I got some few responses in the chat. Someone has 3 devices, right? 3 devices. There are over 15 billion smartphones in the world. 15 billion smartphones in the world. That was even 2 years ago. Currently, it's about 18 billion smartphones. The population of the world is just about 8.6 or so billion. The phones are more than the human beings. That's why everybody doing something on the phone is doing well. Because the phones are used in every sector and every walk of life. It's being used in corporates as it is in the marketplace, it's being used in academia, it's being used in schools, it's being used. Everybody uses a smartphone because of what happens with a smartphone. And for everything there's a growth market attached, and there's demand like it is for the smartphones, because we all want the latest one. There is financial success attached to it. That's why the smartphone industry is growing. But surprisingly, the amount of data we are generating with these devices at the rate at which we are generating it, data loss is happening at about the same rate. I'm sure you may have lost the phone before. You may have crashed your screen before, and you may have lost some precious things on the phone before. At that point, it's not about the phone anymore. It's about the things that you may not get back because you have crashed or lost your phone. Stats say about 45% of cell phone users have accidentally damaged their phones and lost their data. So it's about 5,700 screens are cracked every single hour somewhere in the world. What if you could get a solution that no matter what happens to your gadgets, be it your laptop, your tablet, your phone, you can get the things on your phone back. You can get your data back, your videos, your documents back. People are looking for solutions like that. That's where GotBackup comes in. But let's talk about laptops, because we tend to talk about the cell phone a lot more. When it comes to laptop, in fact, this last weekend, I heard from one of our partners. He lost everything on his laptop because his granddaughter spilled water accidentally on the laptop, and that was it. Everything was gone. If it was you, how will you feel like? For laptops, incredibly, organizations lose almost 70% of data from what? Software corruption, hardware failure, and some minor human errors. When it happens, it's devastating to lose company data because it could severely affect productivity. So data loss is something happening real, and people are looking for solutions for that. And you wouldn't want to wait till you lose before you find a solution. Are there solutions in the world? Yes, there are. You can see some of them on the screen. Perhaps you are on some of them. Dropbox, Google Drive, iCloud. These are cloud storage services, and billions of people in the world are paying already to store their data, so nothing happens to their data. But the same billions of people are recognizing the immense value GotBackup is giving, and many are switching to use GotBackup. And I'm going to show you what is unique and special about GotBackup. Reason why I switched, reason why many people are switching to use the service of GotBackup. Let's see how we compare to the competitors, because it's the same service, but what's beautiful about GotBackup that's getting people to change? Let's look at the price first, because mostly price, and then when it comes to data storage, security, that's what people are worried about. Let's look at the price point. And then the size that goes with the price that GotBackup is offering. Because currently on the cloud storage market, cloud storage is internet-based, it's subscription-based, it's either monthly or annual. But we're going to use the annual subscriptions to do our comparison, because annual subscriptions mostly give you a better deal. You can search online than monthly. So let's use annual subscriptions. In comparing annual subscription with our competitors, Dropbox, Google Drive, iCloud, GotBackup offers 3 times what they offer for size for cloud storage on annual subscription. iCloud and the rest do a 2 terabyte annual subscription, but GotBackup does a 6 terabyte annual subscription. A terabyte is 1,000 gigabytes of data. So they are giving you 2, we are giving you 3 times that for annual subscription. And annual subscription for GotBackup is $99.97 per annum. But let's be fair, our competitors also do a 6 terabyte space. So let's see how our 6 terabytes compares to their 6 terabytes for price, because they also have a 6 terabytes offer. 6 terabytes with iCloud, oh, forgive me, 6 terabytes with iCloud, it's about 4 times what GotBackup is offering for the same price, 3.5 times that of Dropbox. So for value for money, GotBackup gives you a better value for money when it comes to size and price, because for the same 6 terabytes, you get $100 per annum. There's even more, because when it comes to operator dependence, iCloud works on only devices. If you are not an Apple device, if you don't have Apple, you can't use iCloud. I mean, if you are any other software, any other operating system, you can't use iCloud. But GotBackup allows you to use the service on any operating system. It doesn't respect or restrict you to an operating system. So whether you use an iPhone or you use an Android device or you use a Windows laptop or a MacBook or use all of these, you can actually use GotBackup on your cloud, on your devices to back up all your data securely. So it doesn't limit you to operating system. It doesn't limit you to the number of devices. You can actually use GotBackup on multiple devices. So if you have 2 phones, 3 laptops, install it on all your devices and back up every single thing you have on your devices. And you can share the space. If you think 6 terabytes is too much for you, you can share the 6 terabytes with 5 other people. You can actually have 6 accounts on GotBackup 6 terabytes cloud storage space. So you can purchase it and give your sister 1 terabyte, give your brother 1 terabyte, give your cousin, your wife 1 terabyte. They get to use their own username and their own password. You don't see their data in there. This is unbeatable value for money. And when it comes to the security of GotBackup uses the exact same security that our competitors do. I'll show it to you in the coming slides. But this is just a summary of what I just said. Everything in green is GotBackup. Offer you 3 times the space, 6 accounts, multiple operating system, and that beats the value of what our competitors do with their 2 terabytes, 1 account, and 1 operating system. But then there's still more that GotBackup gives you beyond this space and this. It has an email system inbuilt. So if you're an organization or a company or a school or someone who sends multiple emails to your business partners, to teachers, to parents, and you need to send emails in bulk, GotBackup has a system in there where you can send up to 20,000 emails with a click of a button following the algorithm that has been put on the system. You can personalize the email so each person receives their emails in their name, and you can automate the emails that the emails will go when you have scheduled them to go. So if you send emails every Friday, or you want to send Mayday messages to your partners or your teachers or parents, you can set it now to the date, 1st May, 7 a.m., and the emails will go for you. This system, GotBackup charges you $0 per annum for it. They know it will make you more efficient. This is the same thing that your network providers send you messages on the holidays and all of that. This is the system that they use. It literally costs a little more, but GotBackup says, just use it to make your work even more efficient as you use my cloud service also. So GotBackup, just a brief of this. I think let me talk about the security since I've brought it up here. The security of GotBackup is just like it is for our competitors. GotBackup uses the advanced encryption standard, that's 256-bit patent, military-grade encryption. This is the highest level of security you get for data storage. This is the kind of security the US military uses. That's why it's called the military-grade encryption. In the world of encryption today, nobody has been able to hack a 128-bit encrypted service or product. GotBackup 2 times it gives you a 256, makes your data secure, and they have other protocols that back up your data as you upload and download from the cloud. So nobody can fish on your data and pick up your data. It works on laptops, it works on tablets, it works on smartphones. On laptops, it does something that no other service does. The other services back up particular folders on you offer it to do. But once you install GotBackup on your laptop, and many people have just backed up their data on external hard drives, when that corrupts or crashes, like you heard in Calvin's story, you lose everything. What if you could back up that entire external hard drive onto a cloud space? That's the kind of peace of mind GotBackup brings. And when it is on your laptop, it actually backs up to the C drive of your machine. It clones the operating system of your machine so that whatever happens to your machine, if water should spill on it right now, they are rest assured that you definitely get your data back in the cloud. This is unbeatable value. No other cloud service does this. On cloud GotBackup has advanced plug-in, just the way you can use Word online, you can use PowerPoint online. GotBackup's plugins online are plugins that normally with the other services, you have to use them separately. But these are already installed on GotBackup's only Office software. So you have speech to type online. You have an AI system that can read a document back to you if you need that's read to you. You have Translate Online. If you're a researcher, you have Zotero and Mendeley already installed onto GotBackup's plugins. And these are things that make you work even faster. This is unbeatable value for money. Beyond this, GotBackup has a Pro Pack. GotBackup's Pro pack gives you more than the cloud service. You know, in this era where everything is happening on social media, if you have a business online or you are not yet there, I would advise you to go there, because these are the things that will make you better online and make you even more efficient, offering service to people and getting people to see you easier and to interact with you better online. These are tools that Global Virtual Opportunities already has. But they have put it together on its GotBackup Pro pack, and I'll speak about two of them just to save time so we can get into the second part of the presentation. Let me talk about the testimonial generator. Okay, the testimonial generator. You know, many times people are providing excellent service online, and it's only their customers who know about it. What if, like we all do buying on reviews, your customers could put reviews, real reviews about you, video reviews about their experiences with you onto your social media page, onto your website, so that people come and they can just read for themselves and experience what they are yet to purchase from you. The testimonial generator allows you to create a link as an organization if you subscribe for it. And that link you give to anybody who interacts with you, anybody who enjoys your service, they give you a rating. So the next person who wants to interact with you just goes to your site and they can see what people are saying about you. So they can easily do business with you. That's what the testimonial generator does. And that's even more than that. You can imagine using this in multiple forms, but that's just one of the ways you can use the testimonial generator. Let's talk about VideoBar. VideoBar works like Vimeo, but much better than Vimeo. Most people on social media who are doing business online use more than just one handle. If you have multiple handles, the normal thing is to do individual videos and post individually. But with VideoBar, you are able to put all your handles on VideoBar. You do one video that you intend to put on all your platforms and you send it once. It allows you to do the analytics. So you see which of your social media handles is doing well with the video that you put out there. But that's just two of them. The others are unbeatable. This is what makes you more efficient online on the Pro Pack. This Pro Pack together should cost you more than $2,000 if you purchase it one by one. But GotBackup has put it together as a single pack for $500 one time and then $200 every year for annual subscription. This is what is going to multiply your income online, because now everything is happening on virtual spaces. GotBackup says you should never have to delete or ever lose your data again. If you did delete data, if you've been deleting from your phone to create more space for more memories, you should stop that now, because this is big space that you can share and create even more memories that can bring you even more value later. Over 98% of the hard work is done for you, because all you do is just download this mobile app or laptop app and connect it to the internet, back up your data, and then rest easy. It's taking over the world, you know, one country at a time. It's currently in 165 countries in the world. It's just 3 years old. Just 3 years old, and it's in 165 countries in the world. The whole world has 195 countries, but GotBackup has taking over 80% of the countries in the world. Ghana got onto the project through the board member, Dr. Kweku Sarias, country number 82, just 3 months after this product was launched. And in 3 months, 82 countries had already gotten on board. And now in just 3 years, if even more than 2x it, people were looking for a solution like this that will back up their data access, and beyond it, do even much more than this. Because beyond cloud storage, GotBackup offers you something unique in this big industry. To tell you about that part, which I would say stay to the end, because that part, beyond giving you the peace of mind for your digital assets, that is where you get to turn your dreams into reality. To take us through that part, I'm going to welcome one of our African leaders on this project. He started this project, and in just days, he started opening countries to this project. He's not doing this project alone. He's doing it with his wife and his entire family, and including their 14-year-old daughter on this particular project. He sees the vision of where this is going, and he is committed to impacting the world with this service. So to take us through the second part, the second global trend GotBackup leverages on, kindly help me welcome Mr. Henry Calvin Birch, who opened the program for us tonight, to take us through the second part of the presentation. I'll play a video whilst he gets ready to take over. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Welcome to the digital age, where data is the new oil, fueling an unprecedented economic revolution. Every click, every transaction, every piece of data we generate powers the world's economy. Just like oil powered the last century, digital storage will drive the next one. Digital storage isn't just a resource, it's a strategic asset, an economic driver. With data doubling every 2 years, the demand for cloud storage solutions is exploding. Now is your chance to partner with a leader in this space. Imagine aligning with a company that's not just keeping up with the digital storage revolution, but leading it. From innovative cloud storage solutions to cutting-edge data management, GotBackup is at the forefront, ready to scale new heights with partners who share their vision. Partner with us, and together, we'll unlock the potential for growth, innovation, and success. Cloud storage, the new oil of our time. Let's fuel the future together.
Imagine this. You wake
Thank you, Dr. Hanson. I think we should appreciate her. If you thought this was you learned something from this presentation, I think she gave some reaction, love, thumbs up, clap, whatever. She did a brilliant job in breaking this down. Let me now take it to the next level. So besides all the wonderful benefits you've heard, and mainly about your digital dream, never lose it again, there is something else. GotBackup is more than just cloud storage, than just backing up your data. GotBackup, since 3 years when it got started, is moving so fast, almost like the speed of light. Now, as you heard, is in 165 countries and counting. But GotBackup also offers a strategic partnership. GotBackup is on a mission to impact the world. And they are saying, guys, we can't do this alone. We need people to help us make impact, to touch the world. So the word is already in, on cloud storage is about 3.2 billion people. Of course, we have people moving from those users moving towards GotBackup, and also there are more people who haven't started using cloud storage yet, are paying for cloud storage yet. So GotBackup strategic partnership is taking cloud storage to the rest of the world and creating opportunity for people, or a new stream of income for someone. Okay, you may call it extra income, alternative, passive, a side hustle, whatever it is. I want you to know that GotBackup is the only cloud storage service as we speak in the world, the only one that pays you using a simple system, which we are about to break down to you. Okay, so don't go anywhere. If you are fine with the cloud storage, and you know now I can secure my data. I know where to get the best price in the world, and you think that is enough, fair enough. You can sleep. But GotBackup offers beyond that. Why should you take the strategic partnership seriously, and why should you take cloud storage, where this is going, seriously? It's because of what you see on the screen right now. You have some graphs on the screen. The one in blue, you can see from 2017 to 2025, it showed the trajectory of cloud storage value in the world. From 2017, it went up 2018, 20, but Up to 2025, it was projected at the time by Statista, one of the renowned guys when it comes to stats on the internet. They projected that cloud storage market value was going to be around 165 billion. The value was going to be that in 2025. But guess what? Before that year ended, they reviewed it. You know why? Because it tripled that. As you can see, the cloud storage market value ended in 2025 over $400 billion. See where this is going. In the next 5 years, it is projected that next 5 years, cloud storage market is going to be in trillion. In fact, by 2035, we are looking at 3.5 trillion US dollars. My friends, they say a slice of something big is worth more than all of something small. So a slice of a watermelon is worth far more than a whole grape, a little grape. You know that, right? So you want to have a slice of what the cloud storage is providing, okay? And it's going to be interesting going forward. Now, how do you get started with all of this we have explained? You just need to become a subscriber. You need to become an affiliate. You need to buy a package for your use, okay? And what's the package? You have the 6 terabyte of cloud space for $99.97, or you can call it $100 a year. And then the affiliate program is $20. So the total you would need to get started as a strategic partner of GotBackup is $120, the total amount. If you're in Ghana, it's less than 1,500 Ghana cedis. When I got started on the project about a year or so ago, I paid about 2,000 Ghana cedis to get started because at the time, the exchange rate was different, was much higher. Now it's lower. So you're paying almost 25% lower than what it was. And you get yourself your cloud storage package, and you have an opportunity to partake into something that can change the fortune of your entire family. Trust me, when I say this, I will show you some things to prove that. You already have seen where the trend is going. So these are the packages GotBackup has available. The family package is $99.97, $100 for a whole year. It will enjoy 6 terabyte of cloud space that you can share with the entire family. That's why they use the family package, because it's not just you benefiting. 6 terabyte can feed your whole family when it comes to cloud storage. Everyone can get some kind of accommodation there. If you are a big institution, you may be a big business, a school, a hospital. Of course, 6 terabyte might be small for you. So you may want to look at the enterprise solution, which is 20 terabyte of cloud space. And to get you to get started on that, you need $700 US as a one-time payment. Actually, it's $699.97, but let's call it $700, a one-time payment. And then every year you pay $600, or you can pay $60 a month. But guys, if you check out the price for 20 terabyte from other competitors, you will know that this is a giveaway. But the best deal is the GotBackup Pro. You heard some features that Dr. Hanson talked about on the GotBackup Pro. Incredible features. Okay, if you are someone into social media, this is how you want to get started. The entire package is value over $2,000, but GotBackup is giving this out for $500 as a one-time setup fee. And after that, you can pay monthly or you can pay yearly. The yearly package is always the best. How much? $200 a year. And that would include the 6 terabyte and all the other benefits which was talked about. So it's not different. $200 a year will get you 6 terabyte of cloud space plus all the 5-6 tools or additional features that GotBackup Pro offers. Is that okay? Now, having said that, let's move to strategic partnership benefits. What do you get as a strategic partner? You're on a project. GotBackup offers 7 different commissions or 7 different bonuses that are paid to strategic partners. Okay, the first one is paid instantly. Is the commission or benefit you get. You can get this every day. You can make this, in fact, every hour. It depends on you, because as the name says, customer acquisition bonus. Anytime GotBackup acquires a customer anywhere in the world through you, GotBackup pays you for that. And if it's the person gets started on the family package, okay, 6 terabyte of cloud space and all the other benefits, you will get 50% of the annual subscription fee. What is the annual subscription fee for family? It's $100, okay? 50% of $100 is $50. Someone asks, what if I have 2? That's 50 times 2. That's $100. What if I get 10 in a day? That's 10 times 50. That's $500 in that day you will be earning as customer acquisition bonus only. That's the first commission. Now, what if you have 20? You can just do the math, okay? So there is no limits to the customer acquisition bonus. It's just, that's the first one. Now, there are 6 other bonuses, which we will be looking at a couple of them very shortly. But you also make 25% if GotBackup gets a customer on through you or on the enterprise solution. You get 25% of the annual subscription. What is the annual subscription? It's $600. 25% of $600 is $150. And guys, businesses need this. Institutions need this. All right, schools, hospitals, you can name them. They need cloud storage. We are providing a service that everybody needs. So if you only need to keep talking to people, some people will say, thank you for showing me this because my data is secure right now. So 25% on an enterprise solution. If you have, say, 10 company gets on the enterprise solutions in a month, you will make 10 times $150. That's $1,500 as bonus or as commission on customer acquisition bonus just for that. All right, so the next month you can have more. The next, there are no limits here. If somebody gets the GotBackup Pro, you get $200 cash or bonus payment for that. How much is the customer? How much is the GotBackup Pro? You were told already it's $500 as a one-time fee. You don't pay that again. You only pay annual subscription at the end of the subscription, okay, or before the subscription expires. Now, important, before we conclude on the compensation bit, of course, there are several other compensation or bonuses that you get paid, the DC commissions, is the dynamic compressions, the generations income, and the tier cycles, the cycles commissions. Okay, these are commissions you earn as you build your team, as you recommend people, as people get sign up or get onto the GotBackup platform, you get paid. All right. So teamwork makes the dream work. So these are all commissions which you can earn. You have leadership bonus, but we can go through all of that. What I want to talk about is the cycle commission. This is an unbelievable stream of income that GotBackup pays. And it can move from probably 2 digits to, I have seen, people earning now about, 5 digits. Okay, so far I have seen 5 digits. All right, but the potential is 6, 7 digits in this as this grows. Remember this. So who earns this cycle commission? Look at the part that is showing, that is highlighted yellow. All right, that's the cycle match commission. It earned only by people who are Sapphire on the project. If you become a Sapphire, it could take, what does it mean? What does it take to become a Sapphire? When you have recommended minimum 10 people onto the GotBackup project, and build a team through those minimum 10 or 50 and some other things that come with them, you are a Sapphire on the project. Guys, imagine 10 and build a team of 50. So the 50, you don't have to bring all of them, but they can come through those 10. All right, but I said minimum. There's nothing stop you from having 20, 25, 50 people on the project. So if you get one person to subscribe on GotBackup platform, you are called a Bronx, okay? For the sake of the affiliate program. Then you have copper. When you have 2, then you have silver, gold, platinum, sapphire, emerald, and up to black diamond, okay? But for what we are talking about, it starts from Sapphire if you are a Sapphire on a project. So let's explain how you earn as a Sapphire. So if you are a Sapphire and any of the people which you got on the GotBackup platform, okay, directly, if that person, let's start with the one person, okay? I will use, let's say that person is earning $1,000 a month from cycle commissions, all the cycle commissions they earn. Okay, this wouldn't happen in a day, in 1 month, in 2 months. It takes some efforts to make that kind of income, but it's a possible income to make. All right, and I will show you. You have a snippet of random commissions that people from this project have earned from it, and it's only 3 years old. It would blow you away. Okay. Now, so I take 10 people in your team earning $1,000 a month. Okay, 10 is okay, good for my calculation. Then $1,000 is okay because it's not too small, it's substantial, and it's not too huge. Okay, but it can be more or it can be less. I'm just using that so you can have a clear understanding. Now let's use the formula. 25%, if you are a Sapphire, you will get from, if the people you have brought onto the project make $1,000 a month from cycle commission. As 25% of 1,000 is $250. Multiply that by 10. That's $2,500. That would be your earning for the month if you are a Sapphire and looking at those numbers. Now, what if the people were 20? Do the math. What if they were 5? Do the math. Remember, it is 25% of what they are earning. What if there were 50 people? All right, do the math. And it will blow you away what the income could be. Now, if you were an emerald, it's 50%. So 50% of 1,000 is $500. Multiply that by 10. That's $5,000 you could be earning in a month from as a cycle match bonus. The potential of this, guys, is unbelievable. But look at the diamonds. All the diamonds earn, all of them earn 100% of what those people make who they brought on to the project directly. So 100% of 1,000 is 1,000. Multiply by 10. Remember, those are the numbers we're using. That's 10,000 US dollars. And you'll be like, really? 10,000 US dollars? Can you make that kind of money? I will show you just in a bit. The potential of this is unbelievable. People can build income, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month. Did you see the graph? Did you see where this is going? Pay attention to that. How many of us on this project? I know there are some accomplished people on this call right now, but a lot of people on this call that do not have a chance to make $100,000 in a year from whatever they do, whether it's business or as a salary. The chance of many of us making that kind of income is 0.000001. And whether you've been working for 5 years or for 10 or 15 or 20 years, that would not change significantly. On this project, as it grows and as you build, the potential just goes over the rooftop. Okay, so big. And before we end this, I'm going to show you what I promised. So to highlight, to recap, GotBackup gives you at the moment the best cloud deal you can find. 6 terabyte of cloud space and the other one for what they're offering, and the only one at the moment that offers strategic partnership to its users and its subscribers. It's optional, but guys, what stops you? Why would anyone decide not to go for that option? You know why you should go for it? Because if your brother, if you are subscribed on GotBackup, using the service, enjoying the service, your brother goes to visit you over the weekend and he's devastated. He tells you, I just lost my laptop and lost everything on it for my business, for my project that's happening. Will you be happy? No. Because you could have been the solution. You could have shown him that, hey, I've got something, I'm benefiting from it, and you can do too. And why won't you want to do that and get paid for it? GotBackup offers that opportunity to people. And all the other features you can see. For some that are technical, you can see some technical details there. GotBackup strategic partnership goes beyond just earning money. The mentorship, the training, the support, unbelievable. The community that we have to leverage on, it's more than money. The impact we make is more than money. So this is a project you want to be on, guys, even though it's US based, but we are in Africa, in Ghana, for some. In some of the other countries may not be actively building, but if you're on this call from any of those countries that are not very active on GotBackup, you want to take this very seriously, because imagine you are heading that in your nation or your town or your city where you are, what your income could be in months and years to come. Unbelievable. How much are you paying to get started? Once again, $120 to be on the project. Okay. Just the service, 6 terabytes of space, is only $100 a year. Okay. Or If you want to go on the GotBackup Pro, you can do same and get all the other benefits. You can pay monthly or you can pay yearly. A one-time fee for the GotBackup Pro is $500, and then you can choose your monthly subscription. How can I pay? If you have a Visa or MasterCard, just use it and make your payment. Or if you don't, you can ask the one who invited you and say, well, I have cash. And they can arrange what we call a prepaid link for you to get yourself the package and become a strategic partner on the project. Okay, so I've talked about this already. You don't need to know anything. You don't need to know how to present. Many of the guests, all the guests on this call, we are speaking to you on behalf of the people who invited you. So you can do same. You may have your friends, your colleagues, your classmates, your family member. You don't need to know how to present this, at least from the beginning. We have regular presentations that happen online and in person, and just connect with the one and it'll tell you how you can be a part of this. And that is how you affect the world. There are people here who have 50, 100 people in their organization, but they haven't done a full presentation by themselves for them. What did they do? They rely on the system that we have like this to reach out to people who are around them or outside their jurisdiction. All right. So Ghana is like a gateway to this in Africa, guys. The CEO and his wife were in Ghana in November 2025, and there was a huge event, blew everyone away. They used the Mensvik Hotel, and the biggest auditorium they had there could not hold the capacity, could not hold the numbers that came that day. People were turned away. People were standing at the back. If you look at some of the pictures, you will see people standing. That's the CEO at the top corner, right corner, and his wife. And the market leader of Ghana, I probably can say Africa, Dr. Kweku Ohene Asari, is there. And then some of the other leaders you have. It was an award program, beautiful event. So you want such a thing to happen in your nation, just get started and move with it. And you will call the attention of GotBackup, and there will be an event like that can happen in your place as well. It's a service everybody needs, guys. It's a project everyone can afford. At the moment, there are over 3.2 billion people who are on cloud storage. Other cloud storage service, not necessarily GotBackup. But since GotBackup, inception of GotBackup 3 years ago, GotBackup has taken away. People have moved. People have switched to GotBackup. Why? The incredible value for money GotBackup offers and the opportunity to become a strategic partner. Very important. So it's a project you can afford. It's only $120 per year to get started on a project where that can earn you thousands every month. And I'm not joking. Let me move to that very quickly. Then, so think about these things, guys. If you are on this call and you have one stream of income, think again. It's not safe. It is not safe. COVID taught us a lot of lessons, and you don't want to be hanging on that kind of thing. Okay, it is so unsafe. There are a lot of things that can happen. Life is full of uncertainties, guys. All right, illness, accident, and other things can happen, and which you could be a burden, or your family could be in trouble. All right, so you want something like this, a digital project that has a huge future, to be a part of it. If you have kids, get them on this project. If you are already a strategic partner and you don't have your children on this project, I don't know what you're doing. but get them on this project, even if they're not active, because in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, they could have thousands of dollars already in their account. They might not be needing your money for their education, all right, or some other thing. So take it seriously, because this has a very great future. You want to tap into it and get a piece of this big pie. All right. So time to decide. After all you've heard, enjoy your cloud storage, and be a part of the strategic partnership. You want to take the decision right now. You missed the best time to get started. It was yesterday. The next best time is right now. Okay. So guys, thank you so much for your time. I want you to speak to the person who invited you after the call. We will take questions if you have them. We have, all right. So usually some people, I don't know, on the call, a lot of people are not very forthcoming. They may have some questions, but they're like, can I ask? They go back and ask the people who invited them. Sometimes, then some of them are new, they may not have some. So these are frequently asked questions. You see the answers to some things you might be thinking about. Is my data safe? I mean, if you missed the video, this is the answer. Yes, your data is safe. Why? Because GotBackup uses 256-bit encryption. All right, and a number of other things. What subscription plan are available? You saw the different plans. All right, the $120. You saw the family pack. You saw the GotBackup Pro. You saw the enterprise solution. Why should I choose GotBackup? Of course, better value. Okay, in terms of so many things. So, who can use GotBackup? You need technical abilities? No, you don't need to have any technical abilities to use GotBackup. Anyone, individual, businesses, organization, you can use a GotBackup. It's very user friendly. All right. How to become an affiliate and blah blah blah. All of that is there. So these are just questions you may have had on your mind, and we are trying to answer them even before you ask. But many times people hardly will ask the questions during our live event. All right, so before I show you what I promised, a snippet of some commissions of random earners of GotBackup, I want to make this disclaimer. What you are about